Hi everyone, Gemmy here. Thank you for watching today. So I've got this cute little caddy that spells out ma'am. I've got this acetate piece here or front so you can see into the gift boxes. It's held together with hook and loop. They are still drying, so I'm just going to be a little bit fragile with those. So you open it up and then you've got access to these individual gift boxes, and there's a bath bomb just inside there. I'll just show you that on the side. So you've got this handle to carry the caddy. Just simple decoration with the flower there and ma'am on the boxes. So no specialty dyes are required to make this project. So let's get started. So I'm going to break this project down into 3 sections. First we're going to concentrate on the base of the box. Then we'll concentrate on the lid, and then we'll concentrate on the caddy. So as you can see, I've already gone ahead and made 2 of the boxes off camera. So I'm just going to set those to one side. So let's concentrate on the base. And I've got a piece of 8.5 by 4. Along the 8.5 inch side, score at 2, 4, 6 and 8. And then rotate your cardstock and score at 2. So just set your scoreboard to one side for now. We'll work on this and then come back to the lid. So fold and burnish along the score line. So as you can see, I've added my pattern paper already, just to cut down on the preparation time. Well, not the preparation time, the video time, I should say. And it makes the box really nice and strong as well. So I'll give you the pattern paper measurements now, just in case you want to attach those while you have a flat surface. So you want 4 pieces of 1 3/4. So I haven't added pattern paper to the base of the box. If you do, just cut an extra piece. You want 5. So some really simple trimming here. So we've got the 1/2 inch tab here on the right hand side, and we're going to cut up all these score lines to that first score line. So just free up all those pieces like so. Then just rotate and remove this outer rectangle. Okay, so we've taken that piece away. And I'm just going to have a little look to see which is going to be the front piece. So I do that. So this piece here is going to be my front piece. So I'm going to take wedges out of the first one and the second one. Just remove some of that bulk for when we assemble this together. You can trim a little bit away from the bottom as well if you wish. And then finally we're just going to take a little wedge out of this tab here. So if I place that back down on my mat, you should end up with a piece like this. So I'm going to flip this over and fold one of the larger panels back on itself and add quick grab glue to this 1/2 inch tab. Fold the other side over and everything should marry up. You can fold it back on itself as well, just to add that bit of pressure. So I'm going to have the tab here at the back. So this one is going to be my front piece. I'm going to fold the back one down, then the 2 side tabs and the one over the top. So I'm going to use Clark glue for this. I have something quite light within the box, but if you want heavier items, then I definitely suggest using the Clark glue to help strengthen that base. And then with the 4 layers of cardstock there, you shouldn't have any issues with holding heavier items. Just gonna turn that right side up, just press down inside, spread that glue out. So how quickly did that come together? Really simple. And now we're going to do the lid. I'll add one of my bath bombs or bath fizzers. So these are really cute size. And they're individually wrapped. So I've based the sizing on these bath fizzers. Okay, so bring your scoreboard back in, and you want a piece of 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. And you want to score at 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. So 3/4, 1.5. Then rotate, 3/4, 1.5. Rotate, and so on. Because you've got that 1/8 of an inch extra on 2 of the sides, this is why you need to rotate your cardstock. And just fold and burnish along the score lines. So I have gone ahead and added my pattern paper to this piece as well. So I'll talk you through those measurements next. So for the top of the lid, so if I bring this back in, this piece here and these 4 sides, the larger piece is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and then these these 4 smaller pieces are 1 7/8 by 1/2 inch. Okay, so this is a reinforced lid. If you've made one of these before, I'm sure you know which direction we're going. I'm just going to start here at the bottom left hand side. And I'm going to cut up past the first score line to the second score line. So I'm doing that on all of the 4 score lines along this bottom edge. So cut up past the first to the second. So you've freed up all those pieces on the bottom. Rotate your cardstock, and then you want to remove these 2 outer squares like so, and this bottom square. So you've removed an L from that corner. I'm just going to rotate to the other side and do exactly the same. So take the 2 outer pieces away and the bottom piece there, and then turn it back to your starting position. So you've got 2 tabs and this longer tab here. So you want to take a little wedge out of these squares like so, and then just a little bit off this bottom rectangle. Okay, so you want to rotate now and do exactly the same on the opposite side. Then you should have a piece like this, and what you want to do is just take a wedge off these 2 side rectangles now, same way as we did for the bottom and top piece. So if I place that down on my desk, you should have a piece that looks like this. So then you want to fold back, flip this over, fold back the tab that we created, and you want to bring both sides up together and create that really nice right angle. Okay, and you just want to do that then for the 3 remaining tabs, I should say, not 4. So you should have a piece that looks like this now, and we're just going to fold these over and attach them on the inside to just reinforce that lid. So I'm going to use quick grab glue for this one. I usually use Collal glue, but I don't think the lid needs the strength, and I'm doubling up on that 300 GSM, so it should all be fine. I'm just going to roughly fold those over, and then I'll go in with my bone folder Just press that in place. So use your desk to burnish down that score line, and then just press that tab into place. And then the lid will fit really nice just over the top there. To finish off the decoration on this, I've used some alphabet dies to cut the letters M-A-N. M-A-N? Not man, ma'am. So M-A-M. Oh, I'm getting all flustered today. So I'm just going to find that really nice front piece where we folded that over, and I'm just going to add the M just in the center there. So I've now got my 3 boxes ready to go inside of that caddy. So the papers that I'm using from Simply Made Crafts, and it's the Summer Fun 12x12 paper pad. Unfortunately it's no longer available, so apologies on that. I'm using the Simply Made Crafts alphabet die set. So some really nice dies in there, and for the handle for the caddy I'm using Creative Craft Products DL straight edge dies, but you don't need those because it's a simple rectangle. So if you're confident with your craft knife or your trimmer, then you can easily cut that out. You don't need a die. To make the tray you need a piece of 8 3/8 by 4 3/8, and you want to score it 1/2 inch and 1 inch excuse me, on all 4 sides. Just start with one side, any side is fine, just score at 1/2 and 1, and then just keep rotating your cardstock the same way as we did with the lid. So 1/2 and 1, and then 1/2 and 1. So fold and burnish along your score lines. So I'm going to work on the shorter edge, and I'm starting left to right, and you want to cut up past the first to the second score line. So do that for all of those score lines along this bottom edge, like so, and then rotate, remove the 2 outer and the bottom piece there. So removing that L, same as what we did with the lid. Rotate to the opposite side, take the 2 outer and the bottom one. Just take a little wedge off each of those squares there, like so, and a little bit off this bottom piece. Okay, so then rotate, and you want to do exactly the same as the opposite side. And then just take a little wedge off both ends of these longer rectangles. So if I place that back down on my desk, you should have a piece that looks like this now. So same construction as the lid. We just want to add quick grab glue, or whatever medium you like, to that 1/2 inch tab, or that little square tab I should say. Bring both sides up, create that really nice right angle. Just going to fold those tabs out. I'm going to use Collal glue this time to reinforce those sides. And again, just fold those over, and then use your desk and your bone folder to press those down in place. Really give those a good burnish. So next I'm going to bring in some acetate and these are going to form the sides of the caddy. So they're going to attach in the bottom there, like so. One way, one the other, like that. And then it'll sort of create this house shape, if that's what you call it. I'll show you on my sort of prototype one. So comes up the sides here, and then these two pieces meet. So for the acetate, I've cut 2 pieces of 4 1/4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 4/16. So that's 6 and 4/16. So 2 pieces of those. Along the 4 1/4 inside, I've scored at 3/8 of an inch and 1 3/8. So that's 3/8 of an inch and 1 3/8. To do that for both pieces, I've gone ahead and I've added some red liner tape to the bottom, and you want to do this for the outside of the acetate piece. These pieces are going to fold in like so. Fold that one over, so mountain fold, and then you want a valley fold for that other piece. So hopefully you're seeing that okay. So it's going to sort of have a milk carton type piece, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to remove that red liner tape. Didn't want to come free then. And I'm going to sit this right inside this tray, just push it right down to the bottom, and then press that down. And I'm just going to burnish that with my bone folder, make sure that that's nice and attached. So I'll show you again with this one. So you want the side to come up and then it to go in and straight. Same then on the opposite side. So I just took my acetate piece, placed it right at the back, and then pushed it down. I'm just going to remove the red liner tape on this one. And then do the same. So you can see how that will pinch together now. Just burnish that fold line a little better. How they all meet there at the top, like so. So I think you can see that on camera now. So the next thing I want to do is the handle piece. So I've got 2 pieces of pink cardstock that measures 6 3/8 by 2 1/4. So as I said, 2 pieces of those, and I've got the DL nesting die, and I'm going to place this in the center of this piece and just place that down in the center. As I said, you don't need a die for this. You can sort of sketch out where you want to cut and then do that by hand. So I'm just going to go ahead now and run this through my die cutting machine. I'm going to do the same for the other piece. So there's my 2 pieces cut, and then I've also gone ahead and cut a frame just to add around the outside there for more decoration. So you use the same die that you cut the aperture with and the next die up, and tack them together, run them through the die cutting machine. So I'm just going to add these around the aperture now. So now we've got our 2 handle pieces ready to attach to this acetate piece. So I'm just going to grab my red liner tape. And I'm going to run it through on the cardstock. That'll be easier, won't it? So I'm just going to use this along the bottom. Just press that down well. So give that a good burnish. and remove the backing. The desk is getting a little messy, so before I attach that down, let's have a quick tidy up. Okay, I'm just going to attach this now to this acetate piece. Just going to concentrate on one side. Just line that up along that score line, and then just flip it over. Just burnish that down with my bone folder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do exactly the same on the opposite side. So both handles are now attached. I have cut 2 extra pieces just to cover up or hide the join there, but because I've got 1 piece of red liner tape, that is hardly noticeable on my end, so I'm quite happy with that. But you can cut an extra 2 pieces of this large rectangle if you want and double up across there, or in my case cut 1/2 inch and cover that piece up. It's entirely up to you, but when it's attached together like so, I don't think it'll be noticeable. So before I attach this together, I'm just going to decorate the tray, and this is 1/4 inch by 12 inches. It's just the length really doesn't matter as long as it's sort of, you have enough to wrap around. I'm just going to add this so it sort of matches up with that handle and adds a bit more detail to the bottom. And I'm going to wrap it around sort of the 3 sides. Just pinch it in place. Make sure it's nice and tight. You might want to glue the first section down just to help you hold that in place. And then I'm just going to add this piece over the top and just trim it down. Got a bit more decoration out on the tray. Next I'm going to add my boxes. Spell out man. And seal this off with some hook and loop. So I've gone ahead and attached the hook and loop as I said. So just all attach this together like so. You can see through to the boxes and the mam spelt out there. In hindsight, I wish I doubled up on these handles because the cardstock, the weight of it isn't heavy enough to hold those hook and loops. It works fine, but I think an extra layer with some Collal glue would have just added some strength there. So open it up like so, reach in for the boxes, and then you've got that bath fizzer or bath bomb inside. I think it's such a cute, sweet project. I've added a flower there on the front just as extra decoration. You could tie some twine around here, add a tag, so many ways to add those extra finishing touches. But this is going in as part of a hamper, so there's sort of lots of pieces already in there, so I didn't want to sort of over decorate each one. So let me know what you think of today's project. Will you recreate it? I think it's so sweet. Really pleased with how that's turned out. So as usual, I will link any of the products in the description box below. Very limited supplies for this. I'm really been focusing on sort of making use of the pattern papers that I have in my stash and using my scoreboard. So I hope you've enjoyed this Mother's Day series. There's one more video from me tomorrow, which is a card, and I've created a playlist, so if you want to go back and have a look at those videos, you can. So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. Once again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.